Hello, so today we're going to be going over patch 13.8, so this will be the final patch that will come into fruition next Wednesday for set 13. Today as well, right after this video or alongside this video, I'm going to upload a little reaction to the early set 14 content, so make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see everything about the ending of this set and the start of the next set. Starting next Wednesday when it's out in PBE, I'm going to be doing set 14 content almost daily, maybe even multiple times per day, so please make sure to check that out if you're interested in playing the next set as well. But let's just get straight into it. Usually when you're playing the last patch, this isn't a real patch. This is always called the quote-unquote for fun patch, where everything just becomes really like out of control, and just like to have like your last little juicer of content from the set. So a lot of times everything's just going to be over buffed to like a very broken state almost. So don't look at this and think to yourself, oh, they're going to balance it and make it like, you know, like I want like a tame thing. Like you can already read the first thing. On 5-5, a second anomaly appears. Right, this is for fun, but we're just going to cover it just for completeness sake, and for the people that are casual people that do still want to see patch notes and enjoy stuff, we're just going to look at it from that perspective. Right, 6 cost, they're going to add extra percentages starting at 6-1, so they're just trying to make it so you can maybe hit some of those giga things. Maybe you can finish the set having hit a 2-star 6 cost, maybe stuff like that. So you know, of course, if you've been enjoying it, you can see it. They also disabled infectious anomaly. I just assume that doesn't work really well if they're adding a second anomaly. And champions can only have one anomaly, so of course you can't just make like a giga super double anomaly unit. So you know, it is what it is. Encounters, they're changing the rates of the encounters, so they kind of looks like they buffed a lot of the more for fun ones. I already felt like these numbers were crazy as is for what they were, but you know, it is what it is. They're just like increasing the encounter rates and remove the no encounter, right? For fun, of course, it's a for fun patch, so they're making it more for fun. So, you know, if you want to experience Powder Wind Up Monkey a couple times, that one's probably one of the most fun for fun ones in my opinion. You can check it out. Try and get your Radiant item, try and get your cash outs or your cool item slams and all of that. But the encounter rates for pretty much all of them are just a little bit up. Like I said, hopefully this makes it like a nice little enjoyable thing. I'm really interested to see the traits. I'm expecting to see like some Giga Conqueror improvements. But let's see. So Automata, just juiced up 4 and 6 Automata. Makes sense. Black Rose, they're buffing Scion's AD per star level, so to make Scion more of a threat if you're re-rolling around the Black Rose units. Conqueror, they're making 4 Conqueror a little bit stronger, so you can stabilize around it, of course. Emissary, buffing Nami a little bit. I think some of these buffs are a little bit like also to balance it in a slight way, because I feel like Conqueror and the Emissary ones aren't like super crazy, but they kind of help out a little bit. Same with Experiment. I would have loved to see this buff earlier in the set. I felt like 5 and 7 Experiment kind of felt a little bit middling for how much you had to sacrifice on your board. So giving more HP to them is great. Firelight, more HP healing on the 3 and 4 Firelight. And now Form Swapper has a 3-piece. So that's really interesting. Now you can probably stabilize a lot more easily if you're trying to play like an Elise carry or a Gangplank GP carry. So now you have a 3-piece where you get durability or damage amp instead of having to scale up into the 4-piece. And Pit Fighter, 8-piece getting their true damage nerfed is so funny to me, because in a patch where you're making things all silly and a little bit more hectic, to see Pit Fighter of all things getting nerfed is just a little bit silly to me. But of course, I'm sure this is part of just balancing it in terms of all the other crazy things that you can hit to make it a little bit more fair and fun. Let's see, Academy. So now Academy, there is one of them that just gives you 3 different Thieves Gloves, which is kind of nutty. This would have been a silly and fun thing to exist, so I'm glad they're only adding it now. But you can check out, if you see an Academy, all 3 Thieves Gloves, you can have a really fun time, especially if there's like a Lucky Gloves. I'm sure you can hit some sort of Exodia situation with certain augments and anomalies, so that would be really exciting for you guys. Now unit balancing. So Irelia, they made it like just a little bit more damage reflection, lower threshold for mana on Powder. Set, they added Pit Fighter to Set, so now that kind of adds to the skill tree a little bit, which is pretty cool. Kog'Maw, more AS. I think Kog'Maw's AS, this was what it was at a previous patch where Kog'Maw was a lot more dominant, so you can expect that Kog'Maw might be a little bit more reliable with this attack speed buff, because like Kog'Maw is like attack speed, the unit, the guy. And then Smeech, lowering his HP, because yeah, Smeech has been ridiculously strong for a while now, so a little bit of a nerf there to try and make him maybe a little bit more on par with some of the other units. And let's see some 4 cost changes real fast. So 4 costs, Ambessa 2 AD, make her a lot stronger. Twitch 1 AD, also making him a little bit stronger. Decrease the mana threshold on Jinx, and then they're also increase the jackpot chance on Savika. So I forget if jackpot's the one where she deletes a unit instantly, or if it's just the one where she gets a bunch of gold and starts shooting out a bunch of gold. Either way, maybe now you can hit some of the crazy Savika ults, which would be pretty fun and interesting, of course. In terms of 6 costs, small change to Victor. Looks like just like a little bit of a buff on his 1 and 2 star variations, which is fine. I think Victor, you always just play him for the stun, even at this point in the game, so just make him a little bit more consistent on damage, so maybe you can have a reason to itemize him, is totally fine. Augments! So this will work, or it originally got removed a while ago because it just didn't really do that well. This is the one where Powder launches her bomb, like the little wind-up monkey, and then it damages everybody, right? It damages her team as well as the enemy team, so it kind of just didn't synergize or work really well with the state of the game. So it was removed. They're adding it back, so now the blast radius is larger, and they buff the damage by a lot, so you're just trying to play, like, you know, you take it more for fun, for the memes. A lot of times if you were playing around this Augment and you wanted to try and make it work, you usually played her with Ambusher and Frontline Powder. Like, so family, Ambusher, and you would frontline the Powder, because with the scrap shield she would be okay, and then you would put like double Hodge JG or something like that, or double Hodge Rabadons. You get the crit chance from Ambusher, so the ult's gonna crit, and then because she's frontline, you can cast a lot faster, right? You get extra mana from being hit, because that was always a point of contention for her. They did buffers to make her more consistent in castings, so maybe you play Powder as a backline, but that was usually the build that you would do, so you can try it out now. It's a silver augment, so ideally if you hit that, it should be fun. Anomalies, I'm sure they're going to make a lot of these a lot more powerful, just for the sake of like power fantasy and power tripping with your units. So Arcane Overwhelming, Avalanche of Armor, Berserker Rage, all buffed. Defense Expert buff, Eagle Eye buff, Heavy Hitter buff, Hunger per Power buff, Into the Unknown buff, Laser Eyes buff. A lot of these make sense. I feel like a lot of these anomalies weren't that strong anyways. Share Your Energy, decreasing, of course. Share Your Energy is one of the strongest augments in the game. If you're still trying to climb before the 4 Fun patch, you almost always take Share Your Energy. It is just so much stats for your board that it's like, you know, numerically, like if you read it, it reads as a broken augment. And if you try it out even a single time, you'll notice that it's like very strong. So you know, that being nerfed even in a 4 Fun patch just shows you how strong it was for so long of the game that it was left untouched. But of course, that's fine. Sometimes things get overlooked a little bit, but you know, just be aware. And then Slime Time and Touch of Frost getting increased. Touch of Frost, I think the stun duration, the numbers look familiar. I remember Touch of Frost got a lot of rework, but I think it got primarily buffed a lot of the time. Touch of Frost was really fun in the most recent patch because there's a lot of users of it in the current meta, like Twitch, Malzahar, like a couple that you kind of would take it, and it actually worked out pretty well, which was pretty cool because it's one of the more unique anomaly effects, so it kind of felt nice to be able to play it a little bit. And then, of course, the Hope You Enjoyed sign. As per usual, always make sure to like and subscribe and support Mortdog as well. You can see I'm subscribed to him even on this channel. I hope you guys also enjoyed set 13. I'm kind of winding down. I was doing a little bit of a grind sesh, trying to figure out if I'm going to try and go for Challenger or not. I think I'm probably going to give up. I might play a little bit more before next Wednesday, but as soon as Wednesday drops, I'm going to be moving on to set 14. What ended up coming down to is just like this week, I'm just not playing as much as I wanted to because I'm just not having fun because I really didn't like the set that much. You know, I've voiced my opinion about this a lot. It's not to bring down the mood of anybody who really does enjoy the set. It's just for me as somebody who wants to like play every single day and grind like 10-20 games a day. There was a lot of points of it where I was like, this is not very fun for me. So I've just been playing Monster Hunter all week. Like, you know, like, it's just really bad to say considering that I'm making content. So I'm really hoping set 14 starts off with a really big bang. I hope there's nothing that I really don't like. I'm really looking forward to the dev drop tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to do a reaction video today. So this video is going to be short, but I'm going to post 2 videos today. So you guys can check out both of those and maybe have a little bit of extra to watch on this weekend, which is nice. Tomorrow there's going to be the set 14 dev drop, or it should be out tomorrow morning because usually they show it at Worlds. If it's not, then as soon as it's out, we're going to do a full reaction of that. And I'm really excited. I want to see the set mechanics. Right now it looks kind of interesting. I've watched a couple stuff. I recorded the other video already. It looks very interesting. There's also Easter eggs if you haven't seen in your games. I forgot to clip the Easter egg I was going to show you guys. Hopefully I can find it. I'm going to look for it after I post this video. But if you've been playing set 13, sometimes you might see like a glitch or like something like change colors a little bit. For me, like I got a bunch of item drops that were just like these cyber items. I didn't know what it was. They actually coded in some Easter eggs. So if you found one of the Easter eggs in your game currently, that's really exciting and fun and cool, and you can let me know. I can't find the one that I want to show you guys, but that's something that exists. And there's also clips of like Soju and other streamers seeing it, so you can check those out. So you know, if you're grinding set 13, that's another thing to look forward to if you're a lore head or like a for fun player that's looking forward to the next set. There's a couple like little treats in there with the current patch that exists. But like I said, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for everybody for supporting my content throughout this set, and I hope a lot of you continue to play TFT and maybe play set 14. And even if you don't, I'll still be around. I'm going to be playing set 14 the same way. A lot of the guides that I made for set 13, don't worry, I'm going to make the same ones for set 14, and I'm going to go into much more detail with some of the other ones. I'm going to do corrections on stuff that I've learned over set 13 and set 14 hopefully as well. And thank you all for watching. So I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more content. Bye bye.